Welcome back, everybody. I have all new makeup today, or at least all new makeup to me. We have Westman, we have Sarah Creal, we have Queen Musia, and I'm going to use the Dior Lip Glow Butter again. I've got the running joke now about me blinking my eyes every time I say the name, but it just kills me that it's the Lip Glow Butter and there's no butters in the product. Like there's no lip butters in it. So I just, beyond just the packaging, I don't understand the name. But anyway, so if you're interested in seeing all these new makeup items, and this is my first time trying them out on the channel, I'm going to swatch them all so you can see all the shades and everything and all that good stuff. But I don't have necessarily a overall plan in mind. These might be perfect. These might be like new Holy Grail products, or they could be huge fails. We just don't know yet. So if you're interested, come along with me and we'll find out. Hey everybody, so let's first take the Westman Atelier pencil. This is the Lip Shape Lip Liner by Westman in the traditional Westman beigey cream? I don't know what you'd call this. Kind of beige color. I got it in Cuckoo. Insert joke here. I picked this up from Rhiannon at Nordstrom. So Nordstrom does have it. There are 8 shades. Yes, 8 shades. And I went back and forth. Petal, which is the Petal Nude Dusty Rose. And that's a shade that I love in blush. So I thought about getting that for the lips, but I was like, you know what? I want to get something that I never bought before. Je Rêve, which is a blushy nude, which I have in their matte lip. I love the color, not so much the product. Minu, which is a peach. They all look actually great. Cuckoo, which is a neutral pinky taupe. Hoping it's going to be good. There's Biscuit, which is the perfect contour for me, which is a beige coffee. There is Sable, which is a rich, warm beige. There's Lulu, which is a deep wine. And then there's Mink, which is espresso, which is a very deep shade. And I have to say, I actually looked at all of these shades and thought I could buy any one of these and be pretty happy. So will I buy more? Let's find out. Let's talk about the product and then we're going to try it on. So it says, inspired by Gucci's signature technique, trace the smooth no-tug liner along your natural lip shape for an effortlessly, didn't do that very effortlessly, see, this is what happens when you travel too much, enhanced look, formulated with micronized pigments and a creamy wax blend. It delivers comfortable, precise color payoff that stays put, no feathering. That's always a tough one. Available in realistic lip tones for a naturally fuller look. I will absolutely agree. Like all the shades, I was like, yeah, I could, these are all awesome. And they fit, you know, sort of a progression of skin tones. I think there's not necessarily going to be one for everybody, but there's going to be one for a lot of folks, which I do like. I like that they did that. So, lip enhancing shades, no feathering, easy to use. That's what I'm taking from this. So the idea is you take a shade that resembles your own lip and then accentuate as needed. Now, I feel like you can use whatever color you want regardless of your color tone. This shade that I picked up, Cuckoo, is probably a deeper tone than you would say my natural lip is, but I like a little bit of a deeper liner and a lighter lipstick. That probably comes from the 90s. If you know, you know. All right, so we're gonna try it out. Great shade. Really love the shade. This reminds me of Nude Beige by Chanel. Really, really good. So thank you for Rhiannon for helping me pick a shade. So this one's awesome. Love this. It went on super smoothly, I have to say. Like it was super easy to put on the lips, which is always nice because my lips are dry. I did, of course, condition them before I did this video, but you know, that only means so much when it comes to my lips because they're so dry. There is Carnauba, I think it's Carnauba, and Candelilla wax in here in case you're allergic to anything. It says it creates a creamy, comfortable texture. Agreed. Jojoba seed oil boosts moisture for smooth application. Micronized pigment, which delivers precise color, lasting color payoff. Agreed. No talc, no fragrance. No silicones, no phthalates, no animal testing. I'm looking to see if the clay is in here. The reason I'm saying that, let's see, wax, squalene, interesting. There's a squalene in here. Mica, castor oil. I don't see the clay in here unless it's disguised as something technical and I don't know what it is. It's always possible. But one of the reasons I say that is the lip mats, the lipsticks. They don't work for me because, and I'm going to have to try like if it's been reformulated. I know they came out with new colors. I don't know if it's been reformulated, but for me, they go on like the smoothest thing you've ever seen. Like they are beautiful when they go on, like silk. But then it dries down and it creates this weird gritty like texture on my lips. Other people don't have problems with it, so I think it's me. But it's because of the clay that's in it. The clay is also in the face products and I have no problem with those. So whether or not this is gonna work like the Tom Fords, that's just gonna take time. I'm just gonna need to try it out and, you know, and see how it feathers, if it doesn't feather, all that good stuff. But at the moment, I have to say, really impressed with how it went on, how smooth it was, all that good stuff. I'm also gonna use this lip glow butter. And the reason I decided on this is because this is a very emollient product. I don't think it's nearly as emollient as they claim it to be, but whatever. So if anything's gonna make this stuff feather and bleed, it's gonna be something like this. So I'll have an update down below about how this actually wore. So this combo is actually really nice, and that's not good because I've already said how much I dislike this product. The lip butter does have like a peppermint, yeah, it's like peppermint, maybe wintergreen, I don't know, flavor scent to it, but it doesn't really, there's not a warmth. It's just, well, a little bit of a warmth, but it's not that. There's a taste to it that I think some people might find less than pleasant, and it gets on your tongue. I don't know. It kind of numbs your tongue a little. Yeah, this is not the product for me. But anyway, it looks really nice. Let's see if this thing feathers, because that I think is gonna be really like the point. You know, whether or not it feathers or not, even with something this emollient on top of it, that'll be the test. So next we're gonna go to Sarah Creal. So Sarah Creal was kind enough to send me her peptide balm luminizers in all 3 shades. So you can see the shades. There's this Just In, which is the lightest. There is Op-Ed, which is the deepest. And then there's the middle shade, which is Extra Extra. Now, I also have all the Sarah Creal bronzers, contours, whatever you want to call them, which I love. I'm absolutely loving that product. And practically everything else Sarah Creal. I am a huge Sarah Creal fan. I think though Sarah Creal many of the products are geared towards a more mature skin type. Generally that means a drier skin type. I mean, a dehydrated skin type, a skin type that frankly means you've lost estrogen and you've lost collagen. What that translates to is that your skin needs more moisture, it needs more brightness, it needs more lifting. Not always though, but that's the idea, I think, with many of her products. So that's not to say that these won't work for everyone, because a beautiful product works for, you know, various people, and these are beautiful. But I just want to put that out there. If you're in a particular segment of the population, you're looking for products like this, Sarah Creal is a brand to check out. So these are cream highlighters with sheer buildable luminosity, up to 12 hours of wear without settling into fine lines, wrinkles, or pores. It has licorice root extract, diminishes the look of age spots. Mushroom extract supports skin elasticity. Skin elastic peptide complex supports skin's natural resilience. Vegan, gluten-free, cruelty-free. 12 hours, featherweight texture, smooth, seamless finish. Micro pearl. There's a lot of micro. Have you noticed that in a lot of the products? Micro. I don't know. I mean, it means really tiny. I got that. But like micro pearls capture light. It's sheer and buildable for a glass-like sheen or spot-like glow. An independent clinical evaluation of 26 women ages 40 to 58. Confirmed 12-hour wear. Wouldn't settle into wrinkles and all that good stuff. Okay. These are... How much money are these? These are free. No, these are $55 and they are 5 grams or 0.17 ounces, which is not a ton of product. And I'll make sure when I edit the video that I had the price of the Westman in the down below. All right, so this is this Just In. The compacts are the same as the bronzer contours, but they're in gold packaging instead of the orangish packaging, and yeah, very balmy, very much like same formula as the contour products. So if you liked those, you're gonna like these. If you don't like those, you're not gonna like these. So that's this just in. This is extra, extra. Extra, extra is a medium rosy golden glow. And then Op-Ed is the deepest one, and it's a rich golden glow. So these all have a golden look. The medium one has rose to it, but I would say these are all warm. This is the coolest in the middle, the extra extra. But they all have a little bit of like a champagne golden kind of thing. I'm going to use all three of them because I feel like that's the fair thing to do, so you guys can see. All right, so let's use the lightest first and just kind of use it as like the top of the highlight. So again, this is this just in. And I think what most people are going to be interested in is, do they set? You know, do they sit on your skin or do they sink in? And I have very dry skin. If you have very oily skin, not necessarily a product for you. I'm not saying it wouldn't work for you. It absolutely could. But if you have a cream formula that's hydrating and you have very oily skin, you know, that's not the first place I would go. I wouldn't be like, yes, you know what you need, a cream hydrating. I mean, that's, again, just my 2 cents. But generally, I would steer you towards something like powdery and maybe a little drier in formula. So we're gonna put a little bit like this. All that does, by the way, when people put that on their nose, because it's a lighter color and it's you know, a highlight, it just pulls your eye up and down. It lengthens your nose if you want to lengthen it. If you have a long nose and you don't like that, don't put a line making it elongated. You know, because I see these trends where people just do these things. They're not exactly sure why they're doing them because they've seen certain people do them, but nobody's ever explained what it's supposed to do. So just, you know, keep that in mind. I would like my nose to be a little bit longer, but my nose is my nose. And so I do tend to do like a lighter line down the middle just to kind of lengthen it. All right, let's take extra extra, which is the rosiest, like I said, and let's put that kind of more as a highlighting blush shade. It's not going to really be blush because these are very emollient and very sheer, but we're going to try to build it a little. I do have on the Merit uniform, which I'm loving, by the way, but it's an SPF, so it's not even a tinted moisturizer. It's described as a tinted mineral sunscreen. It's not really a tinted moisturizer. It's described as a tinted mineral sunscreen. So it has it has coverage, but not a lot. So something like this type of cream product will kind of blend with it a little bit and might even pick some of it up, just so you guys are aware. I'm fine with that. I don't wear a lot of product on my face on a daily basis. So something like the uniform is literally right up my alley. But for some of you out there, you might be like, no, I want, you know, more coverage. And doing like this type of cream on top might lift a little bit of the coverage, blend it, because it's all going to blend together because it's so emollient. But again, I think that's the purpose of these types of products, but you just have to know kind of, you know, what you want it to be. But yeah, I think these are buildable. I think, you know, you can see the intensity building, but it's never going to be a highly pigmented product because of the emollients and the sheerness of it. It's going to blend into your skin. I love these types of things. I love this type of product. But again, you know, especially in the summer, I don't wear a lot of product and I'm much more likely to go out with like this on and maybe take one of these and, you know, put a little highlight on my face. And I will always have a balm with me, whether it has a color to it or not. And that's like kind of it. But that's because I hate the heat. I don't do well in the heat. And so I just don't want a lot on my face. I will also usually have my hair pulled back like this. I'll put it down at the end so you can see what it looks like. But my hair is just too heavy in the summer and it annoys me. So let's take the deepest shade, an Op-Ed. Yeah, this is the time of year where I'm always like, I need to cut my hair every year. Like, so I need to get a haircut. I'm close. I gotta set that up. So we're gonna use this almost as a contour, but again, this is, you know, because of the nature of this product, it's not really a contour, but I think it'll work for me as kind of a a way to sculpt the face a little bit, definitely does. Because you can see the, you know, it's definitely a little too deep for me as a highlighter, but it works as, you know, a sculpting, highlighting product. And we'll do the same up here. If you're looking for a very, this would have been perfect if I was looking for some makeup when I was in Fiji. I didn't wear a lot of makeup in Fiji. Not a shock to anyone, I'm sure. But first of all, it was very warm. And second of all, if you're like on the beach or in a cabana or, you know, some SPF, and like that was about it. That's as complicated as I got. So yeah, I think it gives an incredibly glowy look. It's very pretty. It's very comfortable on the face. I think there is a buildable luminosity to it. You know, it gives you a little bit more, but I don't think it's really a buildable pigment necessarily. I think it's more of a buildable luminosity, but I do think it's beautiful. I love the Sarah Creal products. I'm like the perfect person for those products though. Again, it might not be your jam, but I really like them. I think these are amazing. And, you know, I think that the fact that you're dealing with, as they say, proprietary Korean technology, I think it does have that skincare / makeup kind of feel to it. And I think it looks really good on my skin. It makes me look really healthy. It's good for the dryness. Now, at the moment, yeah, it's a little tacky, but it will, I have used them. It does dry into my skin, but I would say if you're oily, these wouldn't be my first. I wouldn't suggest these. That's my take. The Westman Atelier, by the way, I'm sure I put it in the thing, but the lip liners are $34. Now on to Queen Musia. Queen Musia sent me a whole bunch of products, which I'm very excited about. Again, these all came while I was on vacation, so I didn't get a chance to try them before. But I have their blushes, their new blushes, and their bronzers, which are really interesting. So their bronzers are Voyage Nostalgique Soft Sunlight Bronzers. They are $35. Buttery powder bronzers that are packed with powerful skincare. You'll notice a trend. For the most sophisticated, long-wearing, sun-kissed radiance. Melts upon application, seamlessly becomes one with the skin. Perfect for achieving a healthy glow or sculpting the face and creating an effortless play of light and shadows. Formula helps reduce sebum production and calms the skin, which I thought was really interesting. Talc-free, airbrush filtered skin, satin. That's the way they describe the finish. So I think this is really interesting that they say it decreases sebum production and calms the skin. So if you have redness to your skin, if you're worried about oils, if you're worried about acne, that type of thing, this might be the way to go. It does have that clay in it, the kaolin clay. It has mica in it, zinc stearate, magnesium carbonate, squalene. There's a bunch of things in here. I'm just looking to see any ascorbic acid, olive oil. Oh, that's interesting. And I mean, it looks really interesting to me. I have not seen a product like this before, or at least I haven't tried a product like this before. So it's got the olive oil, it's got zinc, which helps collagen production. Also reduces redness, which is, you know, something I knew, but I didn't necessarily think about it in terms of makeup. Squalene, hydration. Magnesium, which regulates natural hyaluronic acid production. So that's the interesting thing that you've got as a combination in here. So we're gonna try the bronzers. I have 2 shades. There are 3 shades. I have, let's see here. What do I have? I have Klimt Gold and Mulholland Drive. I've actually been on Mulholland Drive now, guys, I can say. The event that I went to with Michelle, that was the Prada House event, that's where it was, off of Mulholland Drive. All right, so I have the 2 lightest shades. I don't have the deepest shade. The deepest shade looks the coolest to me. Yeah, it's interesting that it doesn't have the name on this. Okay, that doesn't matter. Let's try the shades. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna swatch them for you and we'll see the different shades. The lightest one first. I'll build it up. I'll do 3 swatches just because, you know, with bronzers and with like luminizers, sometimes it can be hard to say, wow, okay, these are pigmented. Never mind. That's the lightest one and that's the middle shade. Like I said, I don't have the deepest shade. These are $35, which I think I mentioned, but I have forgotten. This one is beautiful. This one is nice too, actually. They're both cooler than I would thought they would be when I was looking at them in the pan. Fluffy brush. This is the Sonia G Jumper Bronzer. And we're gonna use the lightest one first. I always do that because That way you can see it. And I'm gonna try to go in relatively lightly because I just don't want to overpower my face. I have a very pale face. Yeah, that's very pigmented. This is very nice. Wow, okay. This is a very smooth bronzer, guys. Like, it went on effortlessly. And remember, I have cream products underneath this and it's not sticking at all, which is often a problem with bronzers. Like, powders. If you put it over a balmy product, it can like sort of stick. Wow, that's nice. It feels really nice too. Okay, that's really nice. You know, I don't usually respond. Usually, like, I try to wait to respond. I'm going to take the deeper one, the medium one. I'm going to put it on my eyelids as bronzer, I'm going to put it on my eyelids as shadow. And then we're going to put it on the face too. But I'm going to take the deeper one. This is the middle shade. Put it on my eyes as my eyeshadow. I'm going to put it on my cheeks too, but this way you can see the color without anything underneath it. Wow, that's really nice. Like, the smoothness of this. I haven't been this impressed with a bronzer, like first attempt at bronzer, since the Gucci one. This is extremely good. We're gonna take a little bit of it, and I mean a little, and kind of use it to enhance the, wow, okay. That worked really well. This is really nice, guys. I really like these bronzers. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I get impressed easily. Okay. The blush. It is the Plaisir Nostalgique. It is the Plaisir, Plaisir. I'm gonna have to sound that one out. I'm gonna have to use my app. Hybrid blush. There are 5 shades, and I actually have all 5 shades. Queen Musia was kind enough to send me all of them. A hybrid formula that combines the staying power of powder with the comfort of a cream. The blush is long-wearing, buildable, and has a lightweight texture that blurs and reduces the appearance of imperfections while giving a seamless pop of color to your complexion. As skincare base, effectively can't speak, which effectively soothes, hydrates, and nourishes in the skin. Talc-free. The finish is dimensionally blurred satin, filtered skin, non-chalky. 5 bespoke colors inspired by art and artist developed to suit many undertones. Each color is richly saturated with pigment. Soft warmth to vivid intensity, the colors are designed to enhance the complexion with depth, elegance, and modern refined finish. So there's a lot of great ingredients in here. Jojoba esters, which calm inflammation. Vitamin C, which evens out complexion, protects against sun damage. We have squalene, provides deep hydration. We have chia seed extract, which is a natural source of antioxidants. Lactobacillus ferment, which helps reduce signs of aging and balances the microbiome. I'm not exactly sure how that works on your skin, but hey. Ceramides, which rebuilds the skin barrier and protects the lipid layer. Radish root ferment filtrate, which protects the skin from harmful organisms. All right, so I have all 5 shades. I will show them to you and I will swatch them for you. Some of them are too deep for me. I can tell you that, 1, I have played around with them a little bit. And 2, if you saw the bronzers, this is the lightest bronzer. Now, I did use the deepest bronzer to contour a little bit, but still, like, these are pigmented. So let's go through them. We have, this is shade Mid-Century Pink. We have Truesdale Sunset. We have Portrait of an Artist. We have 1999. Oh, yes. Yeah, these are pigmented. These are very pigmented, guys. 1999. Oh. And the last shade is Pale Fire. Now, the only shade I see that's sold out at the moment on the site is Mid-Century Pink. Now, I think you can see, this is going to be, I mean, I could go with a very fluffy brush and work this one. Same here with this. Same here with this. These two will be just fine with any kind of brush. But these are pigmented blushes. Like, you can just tell. They're pigmented. These are like basically one swatch. Yeah, that's not really a surprise. These are all made in Italy, by the way. I should have mentioned that before. So let me take kind of a fluffy brush here. This is a Chikuhodo. This is a Z brush, and it's the cheek and highlight brush. So it's a little bit smaller, and I'm going to use that because I'm going to try to use 3 shades. So I'm gonna use the 1999 because I just have to. And I'm gonna go in very lightly with it. Like just to, yeah, super pigmented, guys. But this is a beautiful shade. Like it's very much in line with everything else I have on. Sort of bronzy, you know. But look at, I mean, I'm very pigmented today. You can just tell. I'm gonna take the Portrait of an Artist because it has a little bit of that peachy tone. I have to like knock some of it off because that's how pigmented it is, and kind of just go on the nose with it, like a little bit of a peach, like it's just a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a sunburn, which don't get a sunburn. It's bad for you. All right, now I'm gonna take the pink shade, which is the Mid-Century Pink, and just use it here. And the two things I will say to you, besides the fact that this is pigmented, is that it is blurring. It doesn't accentuate texture. And at the price of $32, these might be my favorite blushes I've tried. They are 0.26 ounces, 7.5 grams. Like these are beautiful. These look great. They look, I mean, they're pigment. This is a lot for me right now because I put on the highlighters and then I put on the bronzers and now I'm putting on, I mean, like I would never, this is too much makeup for me. For me, not for everybody, but for me. But it looks fantastic. Like skin-wise, when I'm looking in the mirror, my skin looks so much better than it actually is right now. So impressed. Okay, let me just put on a little bit of mascara, put my hair down, so you can see what a finished look would look like, and then we will wrap up. Mascara really does make a huge difference, at least to me. So first of all, as I said in the beginning, this could be an epic fail or some holy grails. I am impressed with everything that I have tried today, except for the Dior butter. But here's the interesting thing. Now, it hasn't been that long since I first put it on, so I have to give it more time than the time that we were filming. However, I am looking in the 10X mirror, and the only feathering bleeding I have is right underneath, like right here. And it's very little. I'll see if I can zoom in and you can see it. And it's a very little amount, which is impressive considering I used an extremely emollient product on top of the liner. Like the liner by itself, I bet you doesn't feather at all or very much. The lip butter kind of negates a lot of those statements because literally what's happening is it's covering the lip liner. But the top is fine. The top hasn't bled at all. So again, gravity, you know. But I have to say, for first impressions, this is very impressive. I don't know if it will replace my Tom Fords, but I'm willing to test it out. So I think I'm gonna buy another one of these to try out a different shade. Let me know what shade you want to see. The Queen Musia products, guys, I am not one for hyperbole. I am not one to get up and be like, this is the best thing ever. However, these are very impressive products. To use them the first time and think, wow. Now, the key is going to be, these are, both of them, they said, reduce sebum production. I am somebody who has dry skin. However, both of them have squalene in it, which increases hydration. So it's an interesting balance. And I will see how these look at like the 8-hour mark. I will make sure it's right here. But at the moment, my skin feels really good, no tackiness, very impressed. I have to use them though when I am not using products like the Sarah Creal underneath and the Merit products underneath, because I have the Great Skin on and the Uniform on as my base. So, and those are very emollient products. Then I put the Sarah Creal over them, and then I use the Queen Musia products. So again, it could just be that I use such an emollient base that the Queen Musia products aren't drying out my skin for that reason, but I don't think so. The Sarah Creal products, the today's highlights, guys, I really like Sarah Creal. I like her products. I think these are excellent. They remind me very much of the contours though. And so the formula. So if you don't like that formula, if you're not somebody who's looking for a very emollient, balmy type, product formula, you won't like these because that's exactly what they are. But for someone like me, these are perfect. And the other thing to mention, I haven't talked about it. This is not sponsored, by the way, no sponsorships, but I am wearing jewelry by Aurate, A-U-R-A-T-E. They did send me these. These are the sapphire, I forget the name, they'll be down below, earrings and the chain. This is my dad's wedding ring. This is a paperclip chain, and I also have the ring on. And again, Aurate sent all of these to me, and it is my birthday today, the day that I'm recording, doing what I love most. Well, okay, I love second. Shopping is what I love most, but what I love doing second, filming for all of you guys trying new makeup. And I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna wear all my new jewelry. So yes, this is all from Aurate. This is a piece that we got in Fiji. It is a Fijian black pearl. And I do want to put it on a chunkier chain. I just haven't found the chain yet. It's harder to find white gold than it is to find yellow gold, but I'm a white gold girl, or platinum. And so I need to find a chain that's like a chunkier chain that I can put this on. And yeah, I'm in the process of, I'm channeling my inner Michelle, but I will eventually do that. But I really have been very impressed with Aurate's products. They are at a much more reasonable price point, and they're all beautiful. Again, not sponsored, nothing. They've sent me these to try out, and I've been very impressed so far. So just wanted to mention that because some of you have asked me. And you know me, I wear things for, I really do believe in like testing things out before I make any recommendations to anyone about anything, because I don't want to lead you guys astray on any of my recommendations. I want to try to make sure that I, you know, provide the best analysis that I possibly can. But yeah, the pieces are actually quite beautiful. So thank you, Aurate, for sending them to me. I think that's it today, guys. This went really well, which is nice because, you know, you don't want things to go badly on your birthday. I will have speed reviews coming soon of a lot of the products that I have tried lately, including skincare. Let me know if you want me to do a skincare one and a makeup one, or you want one speed review of everything. I'll do it either way. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to go down, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification button if you don't want to miss anything. Hope to see you in another video really soon.